What is back? Welcome up. Today we are playing Victoria 3 as Great Britain. And last episode we sort of left off with a bit of a question almost, which is, should we go full baddie and, you know, rack up the infamy to 1k, or should we keep trying to keep under 25? And I think that I sort of thought about it, and I sort of thought about my thoughts on it, which is kind of a weird way of saying I thought about it. And I decided that we're going to go full baddie. The reason for this is that, for the most part, what's going to happen when we go full baddie is everyone's going to leave our market who's not currently a protectorate. A lot of the people we care about are protectorates, though, a lot of the bigger players. And we're just going to get new people in our market by puppeting these huge powers. And then also, we can fight everyone in the world at once right now anyways. And so the main reason is that you can't fight everyone at once, because diplo-annexing people and pulling them into your market, making them a protectorate, and then puppeting them still requires the puppeting war. So what we will do is we will stop bankrolling everyone. Really doesn't matter too much. We could bankroll some people, but we'll just stop bankrolling everyone, because we do not need your favors anymore. We are not trying to pull you in diplomatically. Actually, we'll check this guy if we can get him in. Nope. We've tried long enough, and now we are just going to go full baddie. We are going to get up to 1k infamy pretty quick here, probably in this episode, I would imagine. Maybe not this episode. If not this one, then the next one. And we will just, you know, take a look-see here. We'll go click over here. We'll see who has the biggest GDP that is not us and is not a great power. Oh, we see Austria's pretty big, and we'll see Russia's pretty big. So we have a truce with them, and we don't have a truce with them. So we will dominion them. The question between Dominion and Puppet. Puppet gives you more money. Dominion, they can still conquer people. Maybe Russia slaps someone around a little bit and makes it so we don't have to declare war. So like if they were to annex Khakin, Bukhara, or Khiva, this is what we're hoping. And we don't really need the money, so we will Dominion them. We will face a whole bunch of people. This is fine. We can fight everyone all at once. And we will also add war goals on all these other people in the event that this war actually pops off. They are minus 75 fearful, but they do have gold reserves, so this war might pop off. Slight chance. So we will be raising everyone and putting them on fronts. So let's go about our way. So we will start with the Egyptian fronts, with kind of some of the smaller guys. We will double check. Do a little double check see here that we don't have a bunch of battalions in reserve somewhere. We don't. Could also do here. We only have 4 battalions in reserve, and this is a fine number to keep in reserve because they will help replenish, by my understanding of the game mechanics, although I'm not immensely confident in that. And we do have this front up here with Finland. I guess we'll put a decent amount on this front as well, to push in here to Russia. And then in China, we already assigned this front. We are going to land with the 120 guy, so we will keep him free. And now, we will mobilize this guy. We do have this succession movement, so this will pop off. So I guess we do want some more soldiers now that we are going to go full baddie on this. So we will come in here and we will find a place that we can increase the number of people in, or the number of barrackses. Let's just do here. We'll do it up to 50. So we will acquire a good amount more. in the north. Ooh, did we click too much? Forgot that there's some lag. Whatever number this comes to, it'll probably be fine. 65, yeah, that seems fine. Bunch of soldiers in North Ireland. No way. Okay, and then I believe that is in this HQ, in the North Sea HQ. We will recruit a trade unionist. Don't like that he's a bandit, but we don't want the armed forces guy. And this guy, we will have handle the other rebellion. So we let it wait a tick. So this means that if we do go to war, or all these people are staying in it, they want it. So we will add some more war goals. We will, of course, make a dominion out of Egypt. And make a dominion out of Uyghurstan. Again, we do not care about infamy anymore. Normally, you do not want to put war goals that increase your infamy as secondary war goals in case people back down, but we don't care. And then we can also take some states. We will be wanting to take states from China, so let's take a look at what we can do. Not any of these. We want the China states. Also to bust them up a little bit more. Notice they're all capped because they reach max. Here, actually, let's see if we can return state. No, we cannot. Okay, conquer state. We will scroll down. And we will go for Fujian and Jiangxia. If we have the war goals. Where is Jiangxia? Or Jiangxi. I suppose maybe we want to keep a little around depending on who might join. But this should be fine. And, of course, now we are World Pariah, 350 infamy. We are going to generate more radicals from conquest. But this is fine. Austria embargoes us. That's fine. This is all fine. We will have no more trade routes, really. All of our trade routes will get embargoed out. Which is a little bit unfortunate. But we are soon going to just puppet all the people who would otherwise embargo us. I think we're going to embargo Prussia back here. Because that should hurt their economy quite a bit. Actually, I think if they're embargoing us, it has the same effect as us embargoing them. But yeah, everyone's going to turn very hostile towards us. People are going to leave our market, which, notice, already begins. Both Persia and the Ottomans and like all these countries left our market very quickly. Which hurts in some ways. Everybody hurts. But, okay. We're pretty okay with it overall. Excited to see who might liberate Oregon is a weird war goal. Yeah, now everyone's really mad. They're like, you're such a bad baddie. Why are you doing this? It's because we want the sand. And because we can, really. There's a huge chunk of it. We don't have anyone on this war goal, or this front, which is our uprising, so why don't we put this guy who we decided we wanted there. He has no battalions yet, just kidding. And you see over, well, you can't see, because you can't see all of our stuff, but all of our customs unions are breaking. now that we are going baddie mode. Well, that's fine. We'll just puppet everyone. But now convoys are not very useful. You know, our trade routes are going to get bricked. France sides with Russia. This is unfortunate because we could have puppeted France if we had more maneuvers. But I don't think... Well, actually, this war probably goes through now. So what can we conquer? This is unfortunate. I really wish we had 30 maneuvers, but we don't. We could just take war reps off France. I think we will, you know, turn things up a little bit in regards to how much military we're running. In a few places. Of course, the queue is a little bit laggy because it is above 10k now, or it is at 10k, roughly speaking. We got it over. Something else made it dip. Maybe we deleted a construction center somewhere. I'm not sure exactly what's doing it. Let's see if we can recruit a general somewhere that doesn't have... No? Just the La Plata HQ. Well, if they're in the La Plata HQ has excess people, why do they have excess? You just have just the 4? No, Prince George of Hanover is from your place, so we will actually promote him. That way he gets the other 5 guys, the other 4 guys, wherever he's at. And I guess we will land first on France with Mr. Brown. But as you see, it just like turns everything upside down when you decide to go full baddie. They are worried. There's a chance they back down here, but minus 38, they probably give it a go. We're pretty okay, you know, taking 2 chunks out of China though, relative to taking 1 chunk out of China and subjugating France. I know I said we'd prefer subjugating France, but it's really not. Pretty close anyways. We get some interest deactivated, so we will make sure to reactivate it because we lose subjects in regions. I really wish that it just auto, if you had extra things you could declare, it just auto did it, but it doesn't. They're worried. This wouldn't be a bad war to go through. Customs union with Shandong also broken. Tragic. Every one of our customs unions was going to break. You'll notice our big Chad market has become a smaller Chad market. Still a bit of a Chad market, though. Kind of hoping the US doesn't join, because that'd be a little bit annoying, but it is what it is if they do. We'll send this guy over here, I suppose. Gonna have Mr. Brown land in Picardy. A lot of our businesses are probably getting bricked pretty hard right now. Would not be shocked to see see this standard of living drop right here? That's from everyone leaving our market, and you know, prices getting all thrown out of whack as a consequence, things becoming less efficient, things becoming not profitable, needing to fire, these sorts of things. We don't care if they don't approve of us. That interest group at least. And, you know, with all these extra... We probably will need more arms industries. So we'll just up Lancashire and Midlands by an amount. We're probably going to delete all these other guys, but not right now. Let's see what's expensive on the market on the back of... So ammo's expensive. Let's make a little bit more ammo. Gonna kick this to the front of the queue. Just a little bit leery of us running a shortage. We don't want to run a shortage. Good. To that end, we'll probably take them off publicly traded to make sure that... oh, they're already... We'll just do this. Do some of this. Fix some of these PMs. Ontario is starting to employ these, but slowly, slowly, slowly. We gotta unpause. If they didn't have gold reserves, they probably backed down. But since they do have gold reserves, probably get a little bit of a rumble here. Sin decides with the uprising. Well, that's... Oh, we can't add war goals on them. I forgot that's how that worked. Can't sway anyone. Everyone's mad at us. There will be no more diplomacy here this run. The time for diplomacy is over. The time of the orc has come. What was that from? Oh, that was when we annexed the East India Company. Which is why we had a lot of radicals. The radicals are shooting down. Loyalists are still creeping up. And we have a little bit of a question. Will you pop off and fight us? The relative strength of the mobilization is changing a little bit as our guys are recruiting. Let's take another look if we need more generals. England HQ is starting to get overpopulated, so why don't we get another general here? Industrialist. I think we're going to nuke the Industrialists soon. So we'll take this guy. This guy actually has decent modifiers anyways. Mobilize him and we'll throw him over here to deal with Sind. Kind of a moment of truth here. Minus 36. This probably goes to war. And I think we land Picardy with our big stack. Probably gonna need to do some of this action as well. These, of course, will not affect the current war, really. But we'll just add, 30. Promote him. Because we really want to make sure we get our landings off. We do have to fill out the queue. That'll be once this war pops off. I think we'll do that. Really want this to employ more, although it's getting there. Get the uprising and war with Russia does pop off, so we will be getting a whole lot of sand after this war. It's probably going to be a bit of a long and messy war, though. Especially because we kind of have like one person on each front for all the fronts right now. So guessing we will have to like recruit new generals and use the new generals. So North CHQ is expanding quite a bit. Why don't we take this industrialist guy and then... Nope, there's not a good guy after that, but this North Sea guy, I'm trying to remember which one of these is North Sea. I think the 35 stack might be a North Sea guy, so he can navally invade using the new guy who's Evelyn Richards. Try and land the capital here. This probably is going to be a failed landing, but we can actually make Evelyn Richards a little bit bigger a unit and hope that it goes through. Got a lot of battles in a lot of places, and we have a queue that is very, very hungry. You've heard of Hungry, Hungry Hippo. This is a hungry, hungry queue. With a laggy thing going on. Oh, those aren't very profitable. Let's stop. Those aren't very good. Tools? Old Faithful. Yeah, we lost a lot of our... A lot of our businesses were profitable because they were exporting, so we lost a lot of the consumption for our stuff, which is unfortunate. We will then take a look at some of this. And, okay, wow, you're suffering very severe... Okay, we're gonna add a lot of rails. Oh, you know what happened? I think happened? Did the rural folk get unhappy with us? Yeah, so we lost this infrastructure bonus, which is really annoying bonus to lose. I think we will try and just fix it only in incorporated territory, but it's a very uncomfortable one to lose. So anything we could do to make them happy. Because if we don't want to conquer it in unincorporated territory, rather, because if we solve all the infrastructure problems in unincorporated territories, when we get the bonus back, which I think we're going to be running bonus the most of the game, then we kind of are then overbuilt on infrastructure. We will solve it over here, though. Maybe we shouldn't have embossed Congo. In places where we know we're going to need more infrastructure, eventually we'll solve it. Because we know we're going to be building a lot more here. And then I think I just did not build anywhere near enough here. We're just trying to solve it in our manufacturing areas and then just take the penalty a little bit. You know, in our unincorporated states. Just pushing quickly through there. That is a bit annoying that they have that front there. We are going to turn on the diesel pumps everywhere. Very big tech. And now is about the time we kind of want more military tech, you don't say? Defense in depth would be nice. We do already have some progress on it. It is tier 4 and we're in tier 4 territory. I think we go bolt action rifle into machine guns maybe. This will actually help us in this specific war though, so let's just do it. Let's see if we can recruit a general anywhere. We can't. But we do kind of wish we had more generals, because one of the problems is we're spread between too many fronts. Hopefully this starts to solve This is the naval invasion. This is a big one on France. Spending too long over here, though. Let's try and fill this queue up. And of course, oil should be in much higher demand now. I think we can put down a railroad in the Trucal States. Or a couple. I don't think that'll be... I guess we'll partially solve some of the ones that have real big problems. We'll add rails. The places that historically have not had problems, we will not add the railroad. Under the assumption that we are going to get the rural bonus, the rural folk bonus back at some point, like these we will not add because those have been stable and fully built out for a while now. I think East Borneo, well, I think we could build one in East Borneo. Don't know if this is the 10% or what. So not gonna come onto it. I suppose we will want to land Russia second. Prince George, Ambrose Dowing, John French. So after this invasion succeeds, which it almost certainly will, we'll maybe go for a higher risk one on Russia. I think we already have a higher risk one on Russia. We are currently pushing into Egypt here, who left our market. We're probably going to get pushed back there. It's fine. We're pushing into Sind. Got some friends in some places. By friends, I mean subjects. The only type of friend that would have us. We do land France and take their cap. So they'll probably be out pretty quick here. We get a bit of lag. It looks like we're going to get at least 1 or 2 ticks before their armies get back. And we have this naval invasion attempt. The 56 and the 54 with fewer troops probably doesn't succeed. But I'm here for it. Now, I kind of want to remember the names of these guys, because these guys, John French, Ambrose... This revolt is probably because they no longer have access to our market. We're expecting to see this in a lot of different countries, but this Turkish revolt here. You know, every country that left our market lost access to really cheap consumer goods as well as services, so they're going to have a standard of living that just shoots down, which is, I guess, bad for them. These places still really need to employ a lot more, but... very big throughput bonus for them. Yeah, losing this. Are gonna try and see if we can manage another landing with someone else. And there's John French and Ambrose Dowing, two we were talking about, so we're gonna take them away from Egypt and try and put them in here. I suppose we'll also actually just move one of these over to the other side of the Sinai to push the other way. I'm gonna finish puppeting Egypt pretty quick here, I imagine. The Qing fronts seem to be holding up, but we're not really gaining much progress. We're, of course, losing ground here. And so if one of these landings with the smaller guys gets bricked, I think we move them over here to these two fronts. This will be closed soon. They are capitulating. I think we clicked on it, yep. Which gives us back a guy. I guess we should have found which guy that was, because now he's just assigned to a random front that we know not where. Oh, he's coming over here to stop this French advance. I think this is fine. Let's see if Prussia is dipping. No, Austria is re-elevated to great power status. It's unfortunate. They have to get under 1200, so we might not be able to... We'll see what we can do with that. Once again, we do not care about infamy. We're just going to be taking stuff as we please. I don't know where their capital is here for China. Let's clear the locked map mode. So, South China HQ might be it. Southern Anhui would be a reasonable capital. It is the capital. Very heavily populated state. Do have France's capital here. How are we losing a battle? Wild. Trench, retrench. It be like that sometimes. Yeah, still trying this landing. This landing's probably going to fail. We have another landing coming in too. Same spot. Wow, somehow we have an advantage on this front with this 20 versus... we have 55 in allies. Okay. Well, we could move one of the guys off this front. I kind of like not losing Beijing, though, because it is giving us authority and legitimacy. When it gets occupied, I don't know how that changes. Is Austria embargoing us? Let's see the tooltip for embargo. Nope. I'm pretty sure it makes it so we just can't trade. And so just one direction of embargo is fine, but I guess we don't really care about our influence at all anymore, because the only thing it really affects is like kind of infamy. It doesn't really matter at this point, so. And these guys rev as well. I think we are puppeting them in the war goals, which is kind of unfortunate because if the peasant revolt wins, which it probably will, considering we're fighting the regular state, we don't puppet the peasant revolt. Evelyn Richards is available to put somewhere. We're going to put Evelyn Richards on this front. Ooh, that's unfortunate. We lost the Isle de France front. So I think I will change my mind and put Evelyn Richards here. Because we do want to get that back to enforce on France or eject them from the war kind of quickly. I assume we're going to enforce on Egypt somewhat soonish here. Let's build some more stuff in the resources tab. And I know we were trying to pass Council Republic before. We have to wait some amount of months. It's been some amount of months. Let's try it again. Unfortunate to tick the Intelligentsia down so much, but this should be fine. I don't think we get a rev here. Off this. A little bit of ripping the band-aid off. We get the Communist Party formed. You don't say. With the trade unionists and the rural folk. And the rural folk... Are you a communist? No, you're not. You're a radical. But if you were a communist, you'd be happy with us. But you're not a communist. Tragic. Let's try and play this little whack-a-mole game a little bit. We will need more infrastructure, a lot more here, because oil will get discovered there. So we have a lot more arable land available there. So even though we can get the rural folk, we're not going to touch the place that's occupied because we don't know exactly what's going on there. Like, it could be loss of infrastructure from turmoil. Like, Beijing should have enough, if I recall correctly, and is fully built out, so we won't build more in Beijing. I guess we'll just slap down 5 here and there. A lot of our auto building is not going through because it is all in states which have overwhelmed infrastructure. So this is why. Just slapping some more down. Are we right? It's not like an electricity shortage that's doing this. No, it's not. Now, it's tempting to turn on diesel trains. Let's see how expensive... Yeah, oil's pretty expensive. It would be tempting to turn on diesel trains, specifically in the capital, where we are getting doubled output. But I don't think... I think it's still probably not worth it. Trugal Coast can expand quite a bit. We'll add another to the Libyan Desert, and then another few to the Trucal Coast. Let's add another one even. Egypt is now subjugated. Hurrah. People are moving to other fronts. Somehow our landing succeeds into Russia, which is wild. I think we should look to put some heavier hitters over there. So let's kind of look for where our people might be moving from /to. Because we should have all the people who are on the Egypt front, right, are going to be going somewhere. Yeah, they're coming here. So let's reroute some of them over here. We'll take one of them into France, but put the other 2 over here. I think they just go to the next closest front or something, like that's the heuristic. And we'll take a look here and ask, okay, so we have unused arable land. We can bop one of these other things up quite a bit. Do it with in the case of the millet. Millet seems to be productive-ish, so we'll 51 the millet there. Alright, we'll 51 several things here, I guess. So 31, 41, 51. People want only tea. Just those 2 for now. Add a few more rails. Add a rail there or something. Add rails, add rails, add rails, add rails. These places have like more arable land to use up, so... Why is this light colored stuff? Why is it light colored? Oh, maybe it's because it highlights a degree based on how much infrastructure is in the state that's constructing it. Interesting. So we can get the max throughput bonus on these dye plantations as well. And the tea. And then we'll just add, you know, 5 more rails on top. I think that'll solve that. Again, we're just gonna, you know... try and get stuff to 51 in these places. There we go. We get the queue nice and filled. We are slowly pushing into China despite technology differences. And I think that these guys will capitulate fairly soon here. We have occupied their capital for a good chunk of the war, although we lost it for a second. I think it's going to be a hot minute before we get Russia, but Really hate how this can happen, how one can just, like, break a front, and it's like, well, we have no extra generals anywhere near there. And so, what do? I don't know. China is probably nowhere near capitulating because we don't have the capital. So we will have to land that at some point. Or that will be the plan of attack. Let's just take a look in another state here. Yeah, we lost access to a lot of wheat, I think. And so wheat's just wildly profitable, but can we just import it from somewhere? We can import it, how can we import it from Qing if we're at war with Qing? I don't think that's how that works. Does that work that way? Interesting. Well, more than happy to import it from them. It will help with the standard of living. I almost said it will help. I hope that this war resolves. Once they become a subject with Russia, I think we can push through them. I'm really hoping we can. It'd be really weird if Russia becomes a subject, but it breaks our front. I don't want to pay more. We'll add some more rural stuff to the queue. So, alright, these guys are going to get enforced on soon here. Pushing quite nicely up here. Let's just click here and see if it looks like we're close to enforcing on anyone. Looks like we're close to enforcing on France. Although we do have the war reps that we asked for. This is kind of just to try and kneecap them to make sure that they're small enough. Because they are flirting with the point where they become a great power again. Will this pop off? Just plus 50. We will keep going with what we're doing, but now we cannot downsize any buildings, which is a little bit annoying. Let's play a little bit of whack-a-mole here in Canada, or down here as well. Really wish we had the rural folk bonus. Trying to be sensitive to the fact that we could get 10% more infrastructure, so we're not expanding everywhere. Because we do want to make sure that we gain a lot of benefit from that bonus, but that is we are only particularly concerned about unincorporated territories. Incorporated territories, since they have industries that will eventually expand, we're not worried for those. And there, we don't know. Like, I think Beijing's problem is the consequence of devastation and will be solved. Or not even just devastation, but perhaps losing the bonus, but I think it'll be solved pretty readily. These, I think we can expand some of the stuff a little bit. Prussia is revving because they don't have access to all of our cheap goods. So hopefully Radical Prussia is not a great power, and maybe we can annex them after this war. Russia should be decaying pretty quick here. Would have loved to have puppeted Uyghur. I don't think that's going to happen. This peasant revolt's going to win this. They're going to enforce, and it's going to brick our war goal. Kind of a silly mechanic. Like, we should be able to enforce on the new revved state or whatever. Or whatever. You have to be close to giving up soon here, France. Come on. Mr. Brown. I'm thinking once this finishes, we will have him land here. Or I guess we'll land here in Zhejiang in order to try and push the capital on Great Qing, because I think Great Qing is the furthest from capitulating, other than, of course, Uyghur. It's going to capitulate, but not to us. Let's see. Let's play whack-a-mole here and then look to expand some of these. So Gujarat, can we expand your stuff? Not really too much. We've had you for a while. But here we have like 1,200 unused, so let's increase some of that. Let's go all the way up with the tobacco. Do have infrastructure problems. Didn't exactly help with those. Let's see what Assam looks like. They don't have infrastructure problems right now. Most profitable is the opium, so why don't we 51 the opium? So this is, what, 31, 41, 51? And then add a couple rails. The front. Probably need to refocus on the industrial stuff back here in the homelands. So let's take a look now at what is or is not profitable. Of course, everything is going to start looking much better in terms of profitability now that they're not running infrastructure issues. Motor industries, chem plants. Chem plants is pretty good. We're going to up it in Wales. Old Faithful here. Some of this stuff. Add some in Gujarat. If I'm butchering a pronunciation anywhere, just feel free to let me know. Generally, having as diverse a furniture is like less important because I don't want the furniture to get super tall because then like always late game hardwood shortages. So I want it to be slightly throttled, but just slightly. Do manage to get a new tech. Makes it so we can go ahead of time for some of this other stuff. I guess we could go for NCO trading ahead of time. Try and get some tech spread going on some other stuff. And then everyone will back down pretty quickly against us if we have that. Alternatively, we could get some of this stuff over here. I guess mnemonic tools is really nice, but we are not spreading it. We go mechanized farming. That'll actually probably be pretty good. So would nitrogen fixation. Let's go nitrogen fixation, actually. Let's do that. Unfortunate. Work as the world untie. I mean, unite. We're going to take the hit on the trade unionists. Or actually, maybe we should have read that closer, because maybe that was the event chain for us. I don't think it is. I think People's Revolution is what we're looking for. We can stamp out monarchism at some point. We can take this bureaucracy hit for now. Again, slowly expanding into China. I'm shocked we haven't gotten France to capitulate yet. This is a big surprise to me. Who won the election? I do not know. I'm guessing the Communist Party. Yep. And things readjust. The Industrialists are no longer powerful. The Intelligentsia we want to keep powerful. They're doing okay, though. The Petite Bourgeoisie want to join them. I'm pretty sure this nukes are a thing, so we will not do that. We will probably be capitulating to Uyghur once we enforce on everyone else. Brittany backs down to Radical Brittany. Interesting. We enforce on France, so that means Ruined Brown is going to be landing Great Qing now. Oh my god. Stop making me scroll. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. I'm gonna look to open up a new front to push into the capital with. Now, is Prussia still a great power? No, but Radical Prussia is. Interesting. Let's clear the map mode, look in the resources, try and expand them a little bit. And then look some of this. Trying to be careful with territories I've owned for a while, because those are fully expanded, and we eventually are going to get the rural folk bonuses back. Oh, it'd be... Oh no, we'd be way less legitimate like this. 32% shot. The revolution is stabilized at 45%. We, of course, we can't let that go through, so if they somehow gained a bunch of clout, like if someone else big joined them, like the Intelligentsia, which they wouldn't, but if they did, we would swap off of it. It's like Uyghur might be the next one to want out, because they are occupied, but not by us. Russia is now in the negative. They're probably decreasing maybe 3-4. No. Just -2 on exhaustion. Their exhaustion's really high. We do control 60% of the war goals. They've had some casualties, etc. This queue, man. I think we probably need to take a look here. Truco Coast. We'll put down another rail. Put down a rail here. Let's take a look at our market, see what's expensive, see if we can do anything about it. Electricity. Well, you know, maybe, just maybe, if you employed enough people. Big wages, look at this. No, they do have migration, a ton of migration attraction, if you take a look. Not as much as we'd want, I guess. But still a pretty good amount. How do you have unemployed people? How does that work? But you see how much people they've gotten from migration? You know, they're cranking up, like, real big. Per year. 20% gain? That's a big one. Here comes the naval invasion. Here comes Johnny. See if we can find some fronts where we have multiple people. And maybe swap them around here to be a little bit better, more efficient. So like here, we can definitely take this guy. Put him on this negative 100% front. And we get our landing. Maybe we should think about text a little bit differently. I know plains allow us to take more provinces per capture, so maybe going plains is what we want to do. I'm not sure. Let's see. Not an expensive pipeline, we'll take it. We still are on min taxes. Yeah, we are. We could pay the bureaucrats a little bit more. Let's see if that makes a difference. That would... Oh, perfect. So this would make the Intelligentsia. It would increase the migration attraction. So we will do that. So now they are plus 10 loyal. Big times. We really want to get that loyalty on them. Having a little bit of trouble getting there. Yikes. We didn't want this front to merge. We wanted it to be separate so that we could just, like, crush through. So we will try relanding. There, and hope that they push into the capital. Because again, I think we enforce on Russia first. I think Russia is more over this war than China is. Although I guess it's close if it's... Oh, China's further. Alright. Let's try and fix some of you guys. The good old one guy push. Very annoying. Very standard as well. Looks like got a nice little pocket here. This is gonna push through and take all of it. China has to want out of this war sometime soon. We get destroyers. I don't think we have a big naval invasion coming up. So what we will do is we will swap to destroyers now. Use more ironclads too. Oop, I forgot we... I don't think it's worth it for us to do that one. Do that. Diesel. I said diesel. We gotta switch PMs at some point, but it's just gonna be a few places. I don't even know which places, because we haven't taken a state, but we're gonna take these 2 Chinese states pretty soon here. Persia, of course, revs. Turkey revs. Everyone who is in our market is very likely to rev, because they lost access to all of our cheap consumer goods. Galatia also revs. This is what you get. Is that them pushing back in? check our infamy level. 344. Wow, it's gone down like 5. That's crazy. We'll definitely be getting under 25 at some point. We will. Man, keeping this queue going, please. Well, the boom booms are profitable because the munitions are employing more because we swapped the PMs. These are profitable now. Mnemonic tools is nice. This is nice. Yeah. Prussia is having some problems. Do you get the good old double rev? Is there a double rev in Prussia? No, they're just getting occupied by radical Prussia. This is split up into a bunch of different fronts, which I don't know how I feel about. I think it's good for us and making us enforce on them faster, but I'm really not sure. Rev is looking like it's losing steam. Yep, -1 a week. Council Republic, we got another 32% tick we're about to get. We're starting to push into them and push them completely out of our territory, except for whatever that is. Surely our naval landing is going to happen soon. We're going to come into here and hopefully push here, here, here. Something like this. Construction went up from something. Not sure what. Let's check on infrastructure. Infrastructure down here. I mean, maybe Quebec's fine. This place is probably fine to add it. Trying not to add it where I think the rural folk bonus will solve the problems, which I think is the case in all those. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Very small penalties there. That's not small, so we'll true that one, that one. This one maybe can get solved. Let's go to resources and try and expand some of this. Those are all on auto expand, and none of them want to auto expand because we are not using a lot of rubber at all. Pretty sure we have the PM for clothes on using the rubber, right? Yeah, we do. We do have diesel engines, don't want to use it. Do want to make sure everyone's on steamship military shipbuilding. Kind of want to swap this on. 42,000 more electricity. Don't think we can swing that. We'll swap a ton of really big ones over, though, which will almost shortage us. We're not too far from being able to turn it on, which hopefully drives up the migration here. Yeah, we see when we checked before, this number was 40-something. But this place just suddenly got way more profitable, so they can pay more wages, so it's going to pull people better, is the hope of how this shakes out. This is the chosen one as far as states go. And of course, Mr. Brown gets a nice fat landing here and then doesn't want to be there to advance. Really don't like how this works. It seems very bugged out. You know, in fact, we might even lose this front as a consequence of this guy just auto-moving over here after landing, and it's like, come on, my guy. No way to conduct yourself. And now, yeah, okay, we're really close to 1, 2. We should get there in time, please. Which will stop all their progress instantly. Yeah. What? Okay. We still get a battle. That's unfortunate. We would have rather avoided the battle and gotten to push in through. Big sad. This is not big sad. But this kind of is. Alright, so we'll take the 60 stack. We'll put him pushing here. We'll take this guy. We'll put him pushing here, I guess. Take this guy. Oh, he's already pushing. Pretty well occupied up here, though. Starting to decay even more. We're about to take a Council Republic, so this might be a really big episode in 2 regards. You know, going the full infamy route, and then also doing that. Radical Prussia, notably, I think we can just declare war on, yeah. Unfortunately, you can't, like, puppet. We have to wait for them to enforce on Prussia before we can really do anything. To them, you can't puppet one of those other states. Guessing this is our little push. We are advancing. And hopefully this puts us on to the capital. I said hopefully this puts us on to the capital. Maojang. Sorry, bud. Suppose we can do something about the infrastructure. Maybe we'll make a nude industry here. Food industry is pretty good. Something like that, and then put down some rails to support it. We get Fujian and Jiangxi, which is adding a whole lot of pop to our country. Probably around 30 mil. And very importantly, taking it from China. Hopefully, I have not been able to puppet China before. I'm hoping to be able to do it this time. Uyghurstan, it looks like the revolution enforced on them, so they are no longer... Oop, nope, subjugate Uyghurstan is still in there. Well, they're never going to give it to us. And the problem is we're going to enforce on China before we could even possibly push through China to Uyghurstan. And so... that's just going to be bricked. Romanian migration. Nice. I think I'll let him take the blame. I kind of just want to push this through. He'll get popular enough once it's popular. So... can't delete anything. It's a bit unfortunate. People want only one thing, and it's fucking tea. Girl, tea. Great province. So good. Do some of that action. We'll need a couple rails. Hopefully Radical Prussia enforces on Prussia, like, before we enforce on Russia. That would be very nice. I don't think that's gonna happen, though, actually, here. Do we still have a... do have a truce with Austria. Don't think we would do with the USA. We get a subjugation on Russia. Now let's see if we have a front with Uyghurstan. No, we don't. So we will just capitulate to them. And nice red Russia, but not the red you know. I suppose we can end the rivalry with our own subject. I'm guessing it's... Let's wait to see if that automatically ends. I'm guessing they're no longer eligible. A little weird to have it in your own subject. We do have this revolution rebrewing, which is a bit unfortunate, but we will be concluding this episode here. We decided to go full bad boy mode and, you know, become a pariah, and we will be continuing to do that, and we will just annex a bunch of people. We subjugated this episode, we subjugated Russia, Egypt, and took some dirt from Great Qing, and we will continue along this merry way. You know, there's only 2 other great powers, so we can't puppet those, but we will be looking to kind of try and puppet people who are next closest, who are not already our subjects. So I guess it might be the United States time to go. Considering these other people are our subjects, we can't gain access to Hungary. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, we decided to go full bad boy mode. And so this is the super swimming in now. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, you know, do the YouTube algorithm stuff, and have a good day.